Hello everyone, thank you for watching. Today I wanted to comment on something I heard today while I was on lunch. It's something that it just really bothered me, and I wanted to comment on it. Today, we had a Democrat senator open Congress with a prayer, and this prayer, there are so many things wrong with it. I don't even know if I'll be able to address them all because I just want to make a short comment on this. I saw this on YouTube today, and it bothered me for several reasons, so I want to run down the list of what was wrong with this prayer. So Emmanuel Cleaver, he prays to, first of all, the monotheistic God. So he's trying to be inclusive of all the monotheistic religions. So in this instance, he prays to the monotheistic God, and then proceeds to go on and pray to other gods. So that's the very first ludicrous thing that I would like to point out, is that it's an impossibility to be inclusive in this instance. For one thing, if you were going to try this, if I were going to attempt this, the very first thing I would do is not call God monotheistic. I would just, name him by some other name. Maybe some of the other names that people call him by. But to point out that he's the one and only God, mono, one, if you point out that he's the only God, then it seems kind of foolish to go off and then pray to other gods that you just claimed do not exist. And so that would be the first mistake, the very first absurdity, which I've also, I think it's absurd that I've heard that this guy is ordained. I don't know if it's true. I need to look it up. At any rate, if he was ordained, he shouldn't have been ordained, because he obviously doesn't know a whole lot about Christianity. The second thing that I wanted to point out is the part of the prayer that got the most criticism today. He takes the word amen and pretends like it has some kind of gender to it. So he ends the prayer with amen and a woman. And that's one of the most absurd things I've ever seen, because amen has nothing to do with men or women or gender at all. It is a perfectly gender neutral word. It comes from, it's an Old English word that comes from a Latin word that comes from a Greek word. And so this word is passed down to us. So it's not even in English. So the fact that the word men is in this word is completely inconsequential and coincidental. And then finally, the very last thing I would like to comment on is the fact that in an attempt to be woke and PC and really cool and inclusive, he opens up the prayer to Brahma. Brahma is a Hindu god. And I think this is the most ridiculous and absurd part of the entire prayer, is that he does it in an attempt, like I said, to be woke and inclusive and show all of his values, I think, right off the bat in the opening of Congress, and try to virtue signal here. But the Hindu religion is a religion of caste systems. So, being a social justice warrior and having critical theory and critical race theory as your support, gusseting up you and all of your ideology, when you pray to a god of caste systems, you're actually praying to the exact opposite of what you're claiming. So in a caste system, you're born poor because you deserve to be poor. It's your punishment. It's cosmic justice. So we shouldn't help the poor in these instances. According to Hinduism, you're born this way for a reason, and it's your fault, and you can never do anything to work your way out of this. So in this scale, you'll see that there are several levels, and the poverty-stricken are supposed to be poverty-stricken, and they have a different class than everybody else. So there is no equality. There is no equality whatsoever. You are born, according to this system, you were born trash, then you are trash, and you deserve to be trash, and that's all there is to it. So it's an appalling idea. I agree. As a Christian, I completely agree. That would be the very last thing. As a leftist or as a social justice warrior, or anything else, a civil rights leader, that'd be the very last person I would appeal to, would be Brahma. Okay, so I just, those are some of the reasons that I find this absolutely appalling. This person's supposed to be an ordained Christian, and he's actually a heretic. He's actually quite blasphemous. So this person is supposed to be a teacher and knowledgeable about Christianity, and he's going around spreading such absurd notions as these. So I just wanted to comment on that real quick today. I didn't want to take up too much of your time. There are other irons that I have in the fire. I want to make some videos about art pretty soon and my ideas of art. So those are coming up. I've always had an interest in that idea, in those ideas, and making videos like that, because I feel like all of this is interconnected. Christianity, conservatism, and art. I feel like there's a deep interwoven connection between all of these things, and that's what I hope to kind of tease out over the course of these vlogs. I want to kind of go over some of my thoughts, but I also want to address this topic. All right, everyone, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. If you didn't enjoy it, like and subscribe anyway. Who knows? You may change your mind if you stick around long enough.